Okay, good morning. We have cleaned up camp, had breakfast, we're all set up. Rather than go the like 3/4 of a mile back to the trail and then backtrack, we are going to do a little cross-country action. This was a great site, camping wise. I mean, it was, you know, lots of places to put up tents. We all like bathed right here in the creek. It was a little cold last night, you know. We walked to the lake, but it was, everything is soaking wet this morning, including what I'm about to do here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Good and wet. Oh.
We're gonna make sure that we don't lose.
The first thing we have to do here is cross this, which isn't really that big of a deal, and then we're just going, the trail is, you know, less than 1/10 of a mile that way. I don't really know where the best place to go is here. All right, dry some more willows off and head up the hill. The trail was kind of half sketchy yesterday to find, so we're hoping that when we cross the trail, it'll be obvious. But I have the Gaia app on my phone that tells me where the trail is and where I am, and I can put us in pretty close proximity. So we're going to head up. Okay. I didn't hear what he said. Bushwhacking in any place is generally pretty close to the same. All you do is cross fallen logs. Makes you appreciate the work that a trail crew does for you that you don't even realize is happening. We're not too far away. Like, this was only like 1/10 of a mile offshoot. Full of cobwebs and stuff to climb over. Okay, so all I'm doing is going in the general direction, and the trail right here runs this direction. So we know we're going to run into it, but I'm going to stop. You can see the little orange triangle is me, and the green line is where we're headed. So we're super, super close to it. Yeah, that right there was camp. So we come up this far. Anyway, we'll just keep going until we find it. Yeah, I don't know where it. Dustin!
Yeah, he's below us.
You're below us?
I was taking the thing off my pack.
Oh, okay. Sorry, yeah, I bought that plastic pack venting thing off Garage Grown Gear. I know there's other places you can get it, but I wore it for a day and a half, and yes, it does keep your back vented, but it's not really that comfortable to wear. Dustin wanted to try it, and he wore it for a half a day and 15 minutes this morning, and he doesn't want it anymore. Only problem with it is not something you can just fold up and put in your pack when you don't want to wear it anymore. I got to figure out how to strap it on my pack, but ladies and gentlemen, that is how you bushwhack and find a trail. So we just made our mile something that had we not taken that cutoff, we would just be back to where we made the cutoff at. And we're a mile further down the trail. So it's still early enough. We were being quiet enough to see if we could see any animals or anything. There's been a lot of bear scat and a lot of pushed down grass, but it's all dry and nothing fresh. Haven't seen anything, haven't really heard anything. It really is which part of the park you're in, I think, on your chances of seeing, you know, animals. Up north, there's way more bears, way more, see there's more scat there, way more bears, way more wolves, whatever. When we walked to the shoreline yesterday, Dustin found a wolf track, and if I get it from him, I'll try to put a picture of it up. So they're around, but they're just not as dense down here. There are bears down here, but they're not as dense down here. Same with the buffalo. There are lots of elk here, but today and tomorrow will be our best shot to see stuff, other than, I guess, the next day. We're staying in a campsite that they did warn us there has been a bear frequenting the area, and we're part of that warning. So I guess there's that chance as well. See, every time I come to a meadow like this, I like to quietly go in and see if there's something out feeding, but it just doesn't look like it. But we are to the lake. We're actually, there's the lake, or the island with the ranger station on it. It's on the right hand side, but you can't see it through the trees. Anyhow, we're just cruising along. There definitely is a trail here, but it's again one of the, hasn't been tramped down a whole bunch yet this year. The camp we were supposed to stay at is just above us. I just walked myself into a swamp, and we were just looking at it. I don't know that it's any worse or better than the one we stayed at. All the books and the reviews say it's super hard to find. Well, it's right there. I can see the bear hang pole. I don't know how wet this other side's gonna be. If you're careful, you can just step across this right here. The grass is shorter, which means to me there would have been a little less dew this morning, but it was a couple miles further. We'd had enough yesterday. I don't think it's any closer or further away. It's probably a little closer than to the lake, but kind of a swampy end of it. So, I don't know. I don't hate the thought of that campsite as much as I did. Alright. And they put orange dots up along the trail. A lot of them are faded, but some of these long stretches, they've redone them where they're hard to see. Otherwise, you have no idea which way to go. Got all the geese flying off the lake. Here's a look at this little finger of water off the south arm still. Somewhere right here, the trail gets real sketchy. The route on Google Earth shows it actually going through water. There's not really a whole lot to go off here. There was a orange marker on that tree. And I don't see another one. But we part ways here from the lake trail. I don't know what the actual name of the trail is. And go over to the Two Oceans cutoff trail. Okay, so we found our marker. Two Oceans Plateau Trail is 1.7 miles away, and it's that way. That's the way we're going. But this is a proper I don't know, it's got letters on it.
I don't see anything.
Right here.
SPYLSE? No.
South Point, Yellowstone Lake would be my guess. This would be the furthest south. Is it though? I'll have to get on the map and look. I'll have to check that out. So not to leave you hanging, I did get on my map. That is the furthest south point of Yellowstone Lake. I don't really know if that is what that means, but it's what made sense to me. So we're going to take the Two Ocean cutoff trail and go up Two Ocean Pass, and our camp is about 5 miles up that trail. It's in the middle. Yeah, so we're about to leave the lake here for a bit. We are off of the Two Oceans Pass cutoff trail and actually on the Two Oceans Plateau Trail now. That was the worst stretch of trail so far as bugs go. And also, there was not a drop of water that whole trip. So note to self, or if you're going to do this or take that trail, make sure you have plenty of water. It's like 1.7 miles, which really isn't that far, but there is nowhere to refill. Now we're going to come up on Chipmunk Creek down here, and then it's going to merge with, or fork, whatever, with Passage Creek, and that's our camp's on Passage Creek. So we have 5-ish miles to go to camp, and it's like 10:30-ish, 11. Last time I checked, I guess it was 10:30. a little breeze would get rid of most of the bugs. It would help. Okay, if you're going to do this trail, there's a creek crossing quite some while back, like 2-something miles ago. And then this one, and there is no water in between. We have all run out of water because we were all half full and figured we had her licked, but man, don't make that mistake.
You get close to it up here, Clay?
I think we just pretty well parallel it for quite a while, so if there's shade somewhere, just take it and let's make water. Everybody is out, and
yeah, we better maybe shade up.
Just pull it anywhere you can right here.
Right here.
So yes, that's where we're at, but that also means we're only a mile or so from our campsite, or 2 miles from our campsite. But this is going to be beyond making water. I'm going to get in the water. All right, we're back on the trail. We probably spent probably an hour there, maybe not quite that long, but we were all dying. I filtered 2 liters, Dustin filtered 6 liters, Josh filtered 4 liters, and Tina and Dan did a 1.5 liters or 2. I don't know what their capacity is. Anyway, we filled everybody up and just guzzled water. And then I have tried these alpaca socks. I've been wearing them just every day, like as everyday socks, and I really like them, but man, when they get wet, they have shredded the skin on top of my toes. So thank goodness my wife had some new skin, the liquid Band-Aid stuff, and I painted the top of my toes with it just for a barrier. And I'm back alive, but boy, does that stuff burn going on. But I can walk again. We'll take that. We're just over a mile from camp. Nice steady climb. We're running like 8,500-ish feet in elevation, and have just been climbing all day long. But it's been a nice gradual steady thing, not steep and switchbacks. That, and we're way in the 80s of degrees, is not helping. But we're getting it done. So there are wild strawberries are all over the place, and we've been stopping and eating some of them. They're ripe, and they're just teeny. They're the size of your pinky fingernail, but have twice the flavor of one the size of a golf ball from the grocery store. But berries being out, there is a bear concern here, of course. This next campsite we picked because of its remoteness and the stories I've got off of watching people's YouTube channels about bears digging the fire pit up, like being in camp at night, and the straight up hardly ever gets used. Even the rangers recommend, if you go to this site, that you have more than one person, and preferably more than two people, just because of where it is and it's just a wild place. So scary but exciting at the same time. And from where we stopped, I talked earlier about this being just a gradual, like, we've been climbing all day long, but it's been gradual. Well, it stopped being gradual. We haven't had switchbacks, but it's a step up every step. So we're almost to camp. We'll get there, we'll get set up, we'll give you the tour, and we'll see how the day goes. I think, we all put our tents away wet, our sleeping bags were wet, and we hung clothes up to dry that we washed yesterday that they were almost dry last night. And then the dew this morning just re-soaked everything. So we wrung everything back out, and we'll rehang it. There's a little breeze today, though. That'll go a long way in drying stuff out. But then there is some chilling in the shade gonna happen for sure. Okay, we didn't have to go very far since I last talked to you. Wowza, there's a hole right there. Man, these rocks are so slick, you just cross it. Whew. I took my socks off at the last camp and washed them anyway. I actually think it's this way.
Oh, there's red right
I don't know. That is the trail marker. I don't know which one it is. You guys want to go that way and I'll go this way and we'll see who's right. Yeah, this seems more like the trail. Let's see what the old map says. I think I'm wrong. And I know how to admit when I'm wrong. I think I'm wrong.
Huh?
I think I'm wrong. I think this is the trail.
Yeah, I was looking at the trail. It comes up right here, switch back, and goes that way.
Okay, so I think Dan and Tina are right. Because that is too nice of a trail for a campsite. Okay? Okay, we're guessing. There was 2 trails and they both have orange markers. The other one was a beaten path and this one is just some footsteps in the grass. So I'm guessing this is campsite. Beautiful meadow view. I can hear Dan talking, so I'm guessing we're on the right track. And they're dropping packs. That looks like a campsite to me. Beauty. And it'd be just sweet if we could watch some elk graze or something in the meadow. We have started seeing buffalo tracks up here, but they're old and dry. At least there's a fire pit. And holy cow! Yeah.
Right here. Bear. Bear.
Oh.
Bear.
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 These
Black
bears are
bear climbing.
Yeah. Yeah, but look how wide those paw marks are.
Yeah, like
That's a big
Big old grizzly.
big bear crawling up there. I don't know, trying to get up there.
He's all the way up to the top. See that?
Yeah.
Holy wow.
Craziness. Okay. Well, I'm going to put you guys away and we're going to go find tent sites.
No, I can get it. It's not really that heavy. So when we hang our bear bags, we just have all of our food sacks, anything that has medication, deodorant, toothpaste, you name it. They're a little heavy, so I tie a stick, give it a little force, and then we just pull it up. Now there are bear claw marks on these trees, so you have to be at least 8 foot in the air. You want to be 4 foot down from the top pole and 4 foot from either of the side trees. So once we do that, we'll get it over here and we'll tie it off. And of course, the only one I'm filming ain't going very well, but here we go.
Okay, at least we saw an elk. I don't think she's happy with us being here. She keeps grunting at me. And I also find it weird that there's just one. Okay, I just wanted to give a little update of yesterday's trip and then a little bit about today's. Today's going to be our worst day as far as mileage goes. We started yesterday at this 7G2, and rather than hike the 3/4 of a mile back and then back, we just cross-countryed there. Came across, this is where we found that marker. Took the Two Oceans cutoff trail and then took that trail up to campsite 6M6 is where we are currently at. And it is a wild site. We did not have any bears scratching at our tents last night or anything. Dustin and I walked up a hill across from us and ran into a cow moose, and she barked at us. She was not happy that we were there. And I assume she had a calf with her, but didn't ever see anything beyond that.